You want to complete 3 times more pages on your comic or manga in the little time you have to work on it. I bet you're starting each panel completely fresh, meticulously crafting every line, every time. This is why you're burning through hours of precious creation time you barely have between your other responsibilities. With juggling being a husband, father and holding down a day job, I get that it can be tough to make the time to work on something you're so passionate about. The solution is a library system. Instead of drawing each pose from zero, build a personal database of your character's core poses, design elements, expressions etc. that you can quickly reference and modify. This cuts your drawing time by 40 to 70% while maintaining consistency. I learned to do this during my almost 11 years as a professional 2D animator. When you're cranking out hundreds of frames per week for TV shows, you need systems that actually work. This isn't theory, it's a proven method that I've recently discovered even experienced mangaka use. When I was a professional animator, I had to complete sometimes up to 500 frames every single week. 500 frames. That's up to 500 new drawings per week. Crazy deadlines, right? The only way I could hit those quotas was by using this exact hack. This isn't just another art tip from someone who's never worked under real pressure. Here's exactly what you'll do. Every time you draw a character pose for your manga panel, save it in a dedicated folder. Keep doing this with every new pose, expression, and angle you create. Over time, you'll build up a goldmine of reference poses. When you're working on future pages, you can pull these up to either reuse directly, as a base for new poses and expressions. It's like building your own custom reference library that perfectly matches your style. This is a hack mangaka like Shinichi Sakamoto uses to streamline the process. I highly recommend checking out the Manben episode where he shows it in action. Link will be in the description. Say you're drawing your main character looking surprised. Before moving on to the next panel, save that surprised expression in your pose folder. Next time you need a surprised face, boom, you've already got a perfect reference that matches your style. Everything you draw is like money in the bank. The more you save, the richer your library gets, and the faster you'll be able to draw future pages. You might be wondering, won't my comic or manga become very repetitive and boring if I keep reusing poses? That's where the second hack of this library comes in. Think of your pose library like a toolbox, not a recipe book. With a recipe, you recreate a copy of a dish. With a toolbox, you have a variety of tools to solve a problem. Same thing with your library. For example, say on one of your panels, the character needs to be happy. Maybe your character is happy and angry. But what you got in your library isn't exactly what you need for the expression. That's okay. The library is there to help solve a problem, not be the solution in of itself. Modify what you have to so it becomes what you need. Pull a happy pose you saved, then add angry eyebrows. Now you've got something new. Your pose library isn't just saving time, it's giving you a head start on every drawing. And when you're juggling work, life, and trying to create your comic or manga, every minute saved means one step closer to finishing your story. Now that you know how to both build and use your pose library, let me show you how to organize it so you can find exactly what you need in seconds. The worst thing that can happen is having all these great poses but losing track of them. So here's my super simple organization method that's worked for me. Create folders with basic emotion and action names. Happy, sad, running, jumping, keep it simple like a kid's picture book. No fancy art terms needed. You want to find poses fast, not spend 10 minutes clicking through folders. This is what I did to help a friend of mine for his character that he uses for his YouTube channel. Check it out if you like movie reviews. But let me share a tip. Let's say your character is jumping with joy. Save it in both your happy and jumping folders. That way, when you need either a happy pose or a jumping pose, you'll find it right away. Think of it like putting sticky notes on important pages in a book. You want to find them quickly. The faster you can find your poses, the more time you save. And remember, every minute saved is another minute you can spend actually telling your story. Thank you so much for watching and God bless.